Red Deer's Michener Centre is a long-time home for developmentally disabled Albertans. Now, the Redford government has broken a promise to keep it open. Jody Cavern has lived at Michener Centre for most of her life. Now she and 124 other residents will be forced from their homes to live out in the community in places completely unfamiliar to them. Jody's been there before. Her sister Lee Cavern is fighting the move.
My sister spent 8 years out in the community, and it was a disaster. She went from being relatively calm and happy here to in the community. She was having like 3 or 4 grand mal seizures a week. Her behaviors escalated to the point that at one point the RCMP had to come and subdue her because her community caregivers couldn't. Within a week of my sister being back at Michener, she settled right in. There's staff here that knew my sister when she was admitted in 1964. So that tells you something about the environment. In the community, in the 8 years that Jody was out there, the staff turned over every 6 months. It's a very difficult, challenging job. You need lots of support, you need training, and you need to be paid properly. And Michener does that. Michener does it all right.
Bill Law's brother David lived at Michener for 27 years until he passed away. Bill has been president of the Society of Parents and Friends of Michener Centre for 9 years. He recalls Moving Ahead, an award-winning 2-year study about Michener's future.
The Moving Ahead report was, in essence, the future plan for Michener Centre. First and foremost, the parents and guardians would be the principal decision makers. As well, it was recognized that no one currently living at Michener would be forced to move away. The bombshell came in March 11, 2013. We were given the notice that Michener would close. There was no consultation, no information provided. This came as a complete shock to all parents and guardians because this was totally in the opposite direction to what we understood to be the future of Michener. Our society has always been open to dialogue and to be at the table to discuss any changes with respect to Michener. This government is the first government never to show that respect.
Almost 24,000 people signed a petition opposing the decision to close Michener. All across Alberta, individuals and organizations are supporting the family's cause. Red Deer City Council filed a motion asking the Alberta government to rescind its decision.
For us as a city, it's about people in our community. It's about, first of all, the residents who at Michener Centre is their home. Secondly, it's about the families who are impacted by the decision and what that means for the disruption. And thirdly, it's about staff in our community who are impacted.
When the Friends of Michener filed a Freedom of Information request to find out why the government decided to break its promise, they received a document with 80% of the content blacked out.
We have now been forced to hire a lawyer and go through a judicial review in order to seek the truth. It's unfortunate when our society is forced to go to this degree just to have an honest dialogue with the government.
Doesn't it feel good to know you're in the right?
I'm not a rabble-rouser. I just believe in principles of choice and honesty. In the very words of Ms. Redford, a promise made is a promise kept. And this government has thrown all of this process into the dustbin.
The Wild Rose, Liberal and NDP leaders have toured Michener and spoken with families. All 3 opposition parties are against closing it. While it was the Redford government's decision, Alison Redford has never visited Michener or talked to any of the guardians.
It's one of our top care facilities in the province. It's won 8 Premier's Awards since 1999. It's also got the highest accreditation by the Alberta Disability Services. So why are we closing it? Basically what they're telling all of us as families is that our loved ones are going to be looked after and that they are going to receive preferential treatment in the community when the rest of the community is possibly facing cuts. So I don't have a lot of faith in that, and particularly because my sister's already been out in the community and she couldn't handle it when she was a younger person, and she's now 15 years older, and I'm really worried about her.
It's tough.
They have been given a tough hand to deal with. And so as a caring society, we should be providing that care, not regardless of cost, but recognizing that different individuals have different costs involved. And that's the human side of us. And we should care for that. And that's what I care about.
Help keep Michener open. Stand up for Alberta at thealbertaway.com.